For my contribution to the mixed fat diet program, I'm going to do the orange diet, and having been on it for about an hour and a half now, I can tell you that this sucks. It's not yet day 2, and already things have taken a turn for the worst. About 2 o'clock this afternoon, some amongst our numbers started kvetching about the diets, which really doesn't bode well for Tuesday. Not me, of course. It was about noon when I ate lunch, and then I forgot what the Oscars were tonight, and ended up staying at work till about 10:30 without any food. It was only about 9 o'clock when I started coveting the hand sanitizer that happened to be orange on the desk across from mine. But I remain steadfast in my pledge to eat only things that are orange and things that are food. It turns out it's a lot easier to stick to your diet and probably more effective if you just don't bother to eat, though. One editor amongst us has not yet decided upon a diet, but rest assured, should he not bother to pick one, he will be summarily sacrificed and eaten at the celebratory feast. You're with us or you're against us. Those are the only choices. Anywho, I'm gonna go cry in my tomato soup. Day 2, I stoically endure. Day 2 actually wasn't as bad as day 1, at least for as far as generally goes in the newsroom. The snippiness level was actually less than yesterday. I think the only problem is when we keep talking about the diets is when we start thinking about them. Though I'm sure everyone has that own personal moment where they're like, oh, I'm going to eat my dinner now. Wait, my dinner sucks. So, some of us are having a bit of a hard time than others. I can't imagine the Hollywood diet. That sounds awful. I think I may actually have it a little tougher than most because I do live in a fraternity, which means our meals are provided for us. So at noon there was chili dogs, which I of course was not allowed to have, and for dinner there was pizza. But by far the worst part was I was walking to work at about 1 p.m. and wafting on the air was the delicious scent of brownies. And I went, sweet brownies! And I went, damn it, brownies are brown. Brown not being orange, of course, so yeah. I'm going to go eat my creamsicle thinking of brownies and being really depressed. Wherein I find religion. My teeth have a healthy orange sheen to them at this point. The food I will not be eating today includes cheeseburgers and delicious fried chicken. I never actually told the cook I was going on the orange diet, but she must have found out and is making these things just to spite me. Every so often at the house we have a guy who will bring over bags full of food that's about to hit its expiration date. Well, today he brought over 3 bags of candy bars, Cadbury chocolates, Crunch bars, Hershey's bars, all the good stuff. I, of course, can't eat a single thing. There is a God. He hates me. I haven't really been keeping this updated because there's really not a whole lot to update. I'm eating only orange food. I don't know if this comes as a shock to you at all. It's boring, and it's not very delicious. Today I missed out on pitas and baked ham, so that's kind of pissed me off. Well, the one interesting thing I did note was I did a Google search for orange people under the image search, and it came up with this picture. Siegfried and Roy, you're doing it wrong. According to the internets, which as we all know are infallible, copious ingestion of carotene can in fact cause your skin to turn orange. I noticed this myself today as I was walking through a brightly lit area, looked over in the mirror, and saw a huge freaking carrot staring back at me. Day 6 of the orange diet will actually be the red, green, and white diet as Victor and I are switching for Friday. I think it's going to be kind of weird staring at this huge pile of orange food that I bought, knowing I can't eat any of it, when, as even like a day ago, I was hating or dreading the thought of eating another orange thing. It seems kind of crazy there's only 2 days left, but on the other hand, there's still 2 freaking days left. Last day, last entry. Yesterday we went to Taco Bell. I had a KFC snacker, which wasn't entirely orange, but wasn't like terribly out of bounds either. It was kind of something that was just barely off the scale. But
Apparently, I'm not the first person to try the orange diet. Though I think they got their wires crossed and gave the tiger food to the people and people food to the tigers.
Point to it. If you're looking for something to either haze your friends with and you're going through a group ritual, maybe do that. Or if you're just looking to prove to yourself that you have some sort of, the constitution and gumption to stick through something for no reason whatsoever, I guess I could recommend it. But I did lose a little bit of weight, but it wasn't even as much as I had normally been losing. So I would say it's actually been a failure in that respect. But in any case, it's kind of a fun week. It was interesting to do, and I'll never ever do it again.